Hi, it is day number 12 of our Pilates Advent Calendar, and we're already halfway through. Today we've got a brand new word, so let's take a look at pocket number 12, and our word is going to be control. So all the exercises we're doing today are about control of our limbs and of our muscles. So we're going to be starting in standing. So I'd like you to come to standing on the floor. You don't need a mat, but if you've got one, it's going to be nice for later on in the class where we're going to do some kneeling down. So standing with your feet hip distance apart and try and get the weight going down evenly through both of your feet. Hang your hands long and heavy down by your sides and imagine a piece of thread pulling it through the crown of your head, bringing your toe muscles in and relaxing your shoulders down. So this is our standing correctly position. Then we're going to come into something called Pilates stance. So I'd like you to bring your heels together and have your toes out at about a 30-degree angle. And you should feel the muscles wrapping around from the inside of your thighs all the way around here. Bring your toe muscles in so you're slightly more controlled around your middle here. Let's go straight into a side reach standing. So for this, you're really going to need to center yourselves, anchor yourselves down and get those muscles working. So through this side reach standing, imagine that your lower body is encased in concrete. There's no movement at all. It's just going to be coming from your spine here. So let's breathe in. As you breathe out, float one arm all the way up and then reach up and over. Keep your hips completely still and reach up and over to the side, feeling that gorgeous stretch here. So breathing in, wide and deep to your rib cage here, and then breathing out to restack and float that arm down. Let's go on the other side. We're going to breathe out, keep your lower limbs completely still, and then tipple up and over. Lovely side reach here, really controlling your body. So no movement at all through your lower limbs. It's all from the top part of your body. Going up and over again, really reaching wide over the side, restacking and down, and let's go again. Breathing out, bringing those toe muscles in, really reaching wide over, super. Okay, let's go again. Remembering that we're tippling from the head. Restack, draw those core muscles in. And our final one here, reaching all the way up and over. Tummy muscles coming in, restack and down. Lovely. Okay, let's go into a few Pilates squats and we're going to make it more tricky. So standing with your feet slightly closer together than hip distance apart now. As we inhale, we're going to send our bottom back, knees forward. Knees go directly over your second toe, toe muscles coming in. Control this as you press all the way up and through. So a normal Pilates squat, toe muscles coming in, arms hanging heavy, long back of neck, long spine, press through and up. Good. Let's go 2 more times. And then we're really going to test our control by adding in a single leg raise. Going down again, toe muscles coming in. And all the way up. Let's do one more. Check that your toes aren't gripping to the floor. So make sure your legs and your toes are nice and long. And come up. Fab. Okay, so now this is where it gets tricky because we're going to add in a single leg raise and you're really going to have to use all those control. Control your pelvis, control your core as well. So we're going to sink down on the inhale, transfer the weight to the left foot and see if you can float that leg up in the air and then tap it back. So you're keeping everything else still. It's just a hinge of this leg. So that knee comes up, keeping your spine nice and long. Tapping the foot behind you. You should feel the muscles in that supporting leg really working. Final one. And bring that leg back down. And press up. Well done. So you should have felt that leg really working and those muscles controlling around your middle as you lift that leg up and tapped it backwards. Let's go on the other side. We're going to inhale, sink down. Transfer the weight to your right foot now. Float that knee up. Tap down. Keep these core muscles coming in. Keep your spine long. Balance on this leg. 2 and 1. Float that leg in and press back up and through. Let's go one more time on each side like this. So sinking down, sticking your bottom out, toe muscles coming in. Hinge. Nearly fell over. So work on our control, coordination, balance, strength, stamina, alignment as well. 3 and 2. Keep your gaze going down towards the end of the mat. Don't be tempted to drop your head down. And one. You can see that I fell off balance there. And press up. Good. We've got one more like this. So coming down again. Let's go on the other leg. Set yourself up. Find that band of muscle around your middle that's going to support your spine. Bring that knee up. Tap back. Knee up. Tap back. Keep that foot relaxed on the floor. Try not to squeeze at the mat with your toes. 3. This is really hard. You can see that I'm struggling to balance and talk at the same time. Good. And our final one. Bring that knee up. Place that foot down and restack. Give your legs a little bit of a shake out because we're now going to come down into our 4-point kneeling. So I like to roll down and come down into 4-point kneeling. So take your feet hip distance apart. Start rolling down, controlling your spine as it rolls forward. Arms hanging long and heavy. And then we're going to walk our hands forward and set ourselves up so that our hands are directly underneath our shoulders and our knees are directly underneath our hips. And find your neutral spine and power. So tuck your pelvis under and stick your bottom out just a little bit. Just try and find that lovely long position here. So we're setting ourselves up in neutral. We're going to go straight into a donkey kick. So for this, I'd like you to imagine that you've got a tray of Christmas drinks balanced on the back of your pelvis here, and you're not going to drop those at all. So your spine and your hips need to stay really, really level. So engage your tummy muscles, breathe in. As we breathe out, let's start kicking up with one leg. So you're hinging from the hip and keeping the angle of your knee the same. So we breathe out, core muscles come in, don't let your hips move at all. Find that strength through the back of your leg and the back of your glute. And keep your toe muscles coming in. So breathing out, leg comes up. Inhale to lower. Try and make this as smooth as you possibly can. Bring that leg up. Come down. Super. 2 more here. And our final one, we're going to bring that leg up. See if you can get it an inch higher. Bring that leg down. Great. Let's try it on the opposite side now. So we're going into that donkey kick once again. Going to breathe in. As you breathe out, hinge from the hip. And send that knee and that foot up. So keeping really strong through your shoulders. There should be no movement at all in your torso. And you should feel the back of your glute and the back of your legs switch on. Super. 2 more like this. Breathing out. And in. Lovely. And our final one. Heel come up. And in. Good. Take the weight off your hands and just give yourself a little bit of a rock around. We're going to try and do that alternate legs now. So you're going to have to really control, because when we do 6 times on each leg, you can really hone into how it feels and set yourselves up. Whereas when you do alternate, you're really going to have to use those core muscles to ensure that your hips aren't moving. So back into 4-point kneeling. Breathing in. As you breathe out, let's float one leg up. Try and keep the top of that foot flat. Inhale, come down. Exhale, go on the other leg. Feel how your core muscles have shifted so that you can raise the opposite leg now. So let's go again. Breathing out, float that leg up. Inhale to come down. Breathing out. Inhale down. Lovely. Going again. Breathing out. And in. Keep the back of your neck long. Don't be tempted to drop your head down. And keep pressing that mat away so you're super strong through your shoulders. Now, think about that tray of drinks once again on the back of your spine. We're going to do one last one on each side here. So breathing out to float that leg up. Inhale to lower down. And our last one here, floating that leg up and coming down. And take the weight off your hands. Okay, so our final control exercise is going to be tabletop 2. And this is where you're really going to have to use your balance and control, because we're going to take opposite arm and leg away from you on the floor. So you're balancing in a kind of off-center position. So 4-point kneeling once again, knees directly underneath your hips. We're going to breathe in and slide opposite arm and leg away from you, keeping them in touch with the floor. And then as you exhale, you're going to float them up to shoulder and hip height, really reaching through your fingers and your toes. Keep these core muscles on here so that your hips aren't floating in the air. Lower down with control and return. Let's go on the opposite side. We're inhaling to slide, exhaling to float, really reaching through your arms and your legs Keeping your hips level with each other. Super. Inhale to slide. Exhale to float. Inhale and down. Good. Going again. Sliding and floating up. Lower down and return. Good. 2 more times to each side. Try and make these the best ones yet. So feeling that lovely strength through your hips. Really keep lengthening through your toes and keep that core switched on at all times. This is our last one to each side here. So sliding and floating. Good. And our last one here. Okay, and just for a bit of fun at the end, we're going to try and do Superman or Superwoman. So same arm, same leg. You are going to have to shift through your pelvis now. And float, same arm, same leg up, reaching through your fingers and your toes. Lower down and return. Let's try going on the other side. This is my worst side here. Floating, really having to keep controlled and concentrated. Floating down and return. Good. Send the weight back over your heels and give your wrists a bit of a rest. So roll them round before sitting somewhere that suits you on the floor. We're going to take our 2 final breaths here. So breathing in. As you breathe out, float your arms up, reaching through your fingers. Press the air away. And we're going to go one more time here. Breathing out, reaching all the way up. Core muscles coming in. Press the air away and give yourself a clap. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you tomorrow for some more Pilates. Take care.